someone who I relate to very strongly and still do. And she was involved with pro-choice, the labor movement, Ms. Magazine, so her issues were my issues and still are my issues. And so she seemed to be able to have the words that we needed quite often. And quite often she's funny and caustic, and I like that also. I was reminded last year, she was in Toronto and they were interviewing her. And then they were interviewing young women in downtown Toronto, and no one knew who she was. And then they showed her in Toronto, and here she was with the young women who were doing the slut walk. And so, you know, totally relevant, totally there. She was there with them. They were happy to be with her. They knew who she was. She knew who they were. And so the issues of the 80s are still relevant today. And I feel she is a person who I will always attempt to emulate in a small way, but also follow her. She's still working, and she calls herself a feminist, and I call myself a feminist. And so that's really important to me. One of the things she said that I liked very much was, we must remember across generations that there is as much to learn as there is to teach. And so once again, she is listening to young people, young women, I mean, and she is still relevant in so many ways in her wonderful, she's a beautiful woman, but in her wonderful way that I believe encapsulates that idea of feminism, what it is. All right, as a feminist, I believe in equal rights for women, to be very succinct, and that definition holds true, I believe. That there's still, and those equal rights for women, we have come so far, but if we globalize that issue, we haven't. So we're still striving for equal rights for women across the globe. And that is a bigger issue when you think of equal rights for women and you go to many countries where that's not true. Well, you realize that we have come far in North America, and yet today in the paper, Ford's, our mayor's niece, said once again that, you know, there wouldn't be rape if women didn't wear slutty clothes. And so, have we come that far? Or are we just speaking to peers and people who agree with our point of view as feminists? So I think we must be continually vigilant about this, and certainly it is what I strive to do. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. But I will continue to do that, and I will always look to Gloria Steinem as someone who I respect.